Hi everybody, it's Leslie with Leslie's Creations, and I am going to do a little, I guess, more of a home decor type of video tonight. Sorry, because I'm going to use this really cute little transfer called Memories and Laughter. So it's really going to be more of a, I don't know, a special home filled, it has a homey feeling. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Goodness gracious. Oh, it's been a day, guys. I'm sorry. I just can't figure out what I'm saying. So when you do come in, say hello. Let me know you're here. And we still have a little bit of time left in the month. So if you're not a designer, if you will like and share my video, your name will go into a drawing at the end of the month for a prize. I only have a few people in there right now, so if you want to be entered into the drawing, please like and share the video. Okay, let me find my marker so I can mark the back of my transfer when I open it. And there we go. So I say, why is nothing where you need it to be? Okay, so today I am going to use this transfer is called Memories and Laughter, and it says, may our home overflow with warm memories and laughter, and then the bottom part says, bless this house. And I'm going to put it on our new double-sided box frame, excuse me. My words are just not here tonight, guys. I apologize. But anyway, this is our double-sided box frame. We have had box frames in the past that we've been able to chalk on both sides, but this is inset on both sides. Before, it was just flat on the back and then inset on the front side. These are inset on both sides. So this is what we're going to use. And I was going to look, because sometimes on the box, it'll actually tell you, most chalk couture surfaces you don't need to wax or anything, but sometimes it'll tell you on the box if you need to. And it does say on here, for use with chalk transfers, chalk transfer designs, and chalkology paste. Fuzz transfer well before use, wax before using, and it does say it's a one-time use. Okay, now if you do wax, sometimes you can get lucky and you don't, and it's not just going to be a one-time use. You can get the transfer to come off if you want to take it off and change it out. But on something like this that is wood, you could actually take it off and sand it if you wanted to, sand it down, and then you would be able to possibly replace it. You also could take it off, sand it down, and actually paint it if you wanted to, and then you'd be able to go over it with something new. So I'm just grabbing an old piece of t-shirt here that I'm going to use to wax this, and find my little opener for my wax. Now I am going to use the men wax. It's just what I grabbed, so I'm going to use it, and I'm going to wax on both sides, because I am going to do both sides of this surface tonight with the transfers. I'm going to put one on each side. And excuse me, I'm sorry. It's going to be probably a pretty simple, easy live tonight, because I'm going to use just black and white, because I think this frame is really, really stylish looking. I don't think it needs a whole lot of extra color, so I'm just going to use the white on this side and the black on the other side. Okay, so now I've got all the wax on there. Let me just go back and buff it a little bit, because once you put your wax on, you do want to just buff over it a little bit to get off any excess. little bit of noise as I get this closed down. Okay, so now let's get our transfer open. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. I do have a show coming up. I'll be at the gun show at Dallas Market Hall this weekend. It's the 30th and the 29th and 30th. Yeah, the 29th and 30th, Saturday and Sunday at Dallas Market Hall. So if you happen to be in the area and want to go to a gun show, I will be there. So stop by and see me. Oh, I can't cut straight either today. Goodness. Okay, so I'm going to start with this, and it may look like it's not going to fit, but you kind of have to just wiggle it a little bit to get it in there, but it will fit once I get the backer off. And I'm going to just label both of these, and I'm just going to use the first word of each line to label them. Now we're going to fuzz this up. Now since this is a long transfer, I'm going to kind of have to fuzz it in, not really sections, but kind of half and then turn it around because it is long. So I'm going to kind of fuzz it this way and turn it around. And probably could do it all at one time if I were to move my frame out of the way, but this just gets it just as easy. Hey, Rachel. Okay. I think that's good. Now, like I said before, when you're fuzzing a transfer, you get used to the transfer, the feel of it. You know when it's been fuzzed enough or when it hasn't, and maybe it'll stick too much or something. So you kind of just get used to it. It's hard to say whether it'll be like 1, 2, 3, or 4 times. I mean, it just kind of just depends. But you will, after a little while of using them, you will get used to how that feels. Now I just want to get this on here and make sure. There we go. And make sure I don't have any bubbles or anything. And again, on this side, since it's white underneath, I'm going to use the black on this side and then the white on the other. So we'll grab a stir stick. And I'm just going to put down just paste all over. And then we're going to take our squeegee and just make sure we're using the very edge of it and go all the way through that open silk screen area, covering all of it up. And a little bit of paste will go a long way. So I may have too much here, and if I do, then I can just put it back in my jar, what's left, put it right back in my jar and save it for another project. So I do have too much. And you do want to go across and just get off any excess, because you don't want to just leave that to be washed away when you clean off your transfer. You want to go ahead and get up as much as you can. There we go. Alrighty. And now I'm going to grab this from the end and I'm going to pull it straight up. There we go. Ooh, I like the way that black looks. Now I'm going to go over to my water bath and I'm going to wash this off And like I always say, you want to be sure you wash both sides of your transfer. You want to get the top and the back, or the front and the back, whichever way you want to say it. You want to make sure you get both sides. So if anything has possibly bled onto the back for any reason, then you make sure you get that silk screen clean on both sides. And if any of the teal area of the transfer happens to be stained by the paste color, that's okay. It's just the open silk screen area that you want to make sure is clean and clear, because sometimes our paste will stain. We have the black can stain, red, yellow, orange, some of them can stain the transfer. If the actual transfer itself is stained, it's okay. It's just that open silk screen area you want to make sure is all free of any paste at all. I mean, saying that does not mean just leave it clumped up, but if when you're cleaning it, you notice that you're not getting it off of the teal area, then that's okay. That one down to dry. And while that's drying, just a second, I'm going to go ahead and clean up this jar. I'm going to clean off my squeegee and my stir stick by just using a baby wipe. And I'm going to go ahead and clean my jar. I'll show you this over just a little bit, show you how I clean my jar. It's been a little bit since I've shown you how we do that. So I'll show you real quick on this how we do it. You want to take your stir stick, go around your lid, get off anything that's maybe hanging out there as, you know, just kind of on there. Grab a baby wipe. Get my stir stick good and clean too. And then what you want to do is you want to take your baby wipe. You want to go around the edge of your jar. You want to make sure that you get off any paste that's just lingering there on that edge of that jar, and make sure that there's no like crusty pieces or dried pieces or anything. This way when you seal it, you will get a good seal and you won't get any air in there. So we just close it right up. All right. Now we can go to the opposite side. Just make sure my hands are good and clean. Alrighty, now we can flip this over. And the good thing about that being inset there too is that it still has some it's not hitting the table, so therefore it still can get some air to be able to breathe and still dry. So, all right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to fuzz up this transfer. I'm just going to fuzz it a couple of times. I think a couple of times ought to do this one pretty good. It feels like it's pretty good. And then we're going to make sure we get this right in center. Now I just kind of eyeball it. If you want to get real technical and measure it, then you can pull out the measuring tape and measure it completely, but I just try to kind of eyeball it up a little bit. Look at it. I think that looks good. Make sure again we have no bubbles. And then we'll grab our stir stick. Now my white paste does look a little cottage cheese looking, but it's okay. It still works. We just want to make sure we get it just stirred up as much as we possibly can. And it's not completely smooth, but it's okay. It will still go through the transfer. So if you happen to have a paste that is like this, what you can do is if you have an extra jar that maybe you've had paste before and it's an empty jar, maybe to make it better, which is what I did on this, is take some of it out and put it into another jar. Of course, make sure that if it's not a white jar that you cleaned it out good. But just put the some of the paste into another jar. That way you have room to really work with it and smooth it out. And it's fine. It will actually work. And as you can see, it is going through the open silkscreen area just fine. No problems at all. We're going to take off our excess and put it back in our jar. Just making sure we get everything covered. Alrighty. And again, I'm going to just take the edges. Let me see, where's my pokey tool? Okay, well, I'll use this one. We have a nice poke tool, and I don't know where mine is right now. That's not good. Just going to pull it straight up. And there we go. We have the Bless This House. And on the opposite side, we have the other one. So this way you can change your decor on this just by flipping it over. You don't have to worry about changing it, changing a whole new frame and everything. You just flip this one over and you have two different decors for the house. Okay, put that down, grab my towel. And again, I'm going to take a wet wipe, just wipe off my squeegee. Put that away. And just like we did with the black, I'm going to scoot this guy over a little bit. We're going to scrape off the excess off the jar. Clean off our little stir stick. Now those things are disposable as well. If you don't want to take the time to clean them, you can just throw them away. They don't cost all that much, and you get like 24 in a packet. So if you really don't want to take the time to clean those up every time, or if you feel like you're not getting them good and clean, you can. They are disposable. We're just going to clean the edge of our jar really good to make sure we get a real good seal when we close it up. Alrighty. And I'm going to get my hands wiped here real quick, and I will show you both sides of our project tonight. So we have Bless This House and, whoops, may our home overflow with more memories and laughter. So there we go. We have the two sides. So you can have it up this way for a little while, and then you can have it back to this side. And this is something good to have year round. It's not just a seasonal. So, all right guys, that's our quick little project for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions regarding Chalk Couture, please reach out to me and let me know. And again, if you're not a designer, if you would please like and share my video, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you will comment, like, and share, your name will be entered into a drawing at the end of the month. And like I said, at this point in time, I think I only have 2 people. I will go back before I do the drawing and look at all my videos for the month and make sure that I haven't missed anybody. But I think I only have 2 people entered in right now. Really would like to have some more. So if you would like and share, I would greatly appreciate it. And that's all for tonight, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Y'all have a great Tuesday, and I will see y'all on Thursday. Thanks. Bye.